Welcome back after our hiatus.
Welcome the fuck back. It's been a month, if you haven't noticed.
Yeah, we took
Almost
our summer
exactly.
break because we're mangakas.
How about this? You say we took our summer break. I'm going to be honest with our 4 viewers.
Drunk Cross has shook his
No,
car.
no. Ben went on a couple of vacations. I got my car ran into. So I didn't have a fucking car. In fact, that day, the last recording was when I got that car hit.
Yeah, it was on his way home.
Yeah.
Oops.
So
his memory leaked.
Yeah. Oops. So yeah, my brain leaked it. No, I'm kidding. I'm fine. I didn't get hurt at all. Great. Car's gone, but I've since replaced it this literal past weekend. And then my birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Geron. Wow. I mean,
Happy birthday.
So we're back. We're just gonna give you some little update. We ain't gonna push you too hard. We're gonna ease you back in to the world of the leakage. So what's your name, little dude?
My name's Benjamin Grozny Grad to Benjamin. You should have seen the face he just made. He was not expecting any of that just now.
My name is oh my god. What do I do with this?
Just fucking nuked his brain.
My name is Geron, Star-Crossed World Geron.
Speaking of nukes.
Yeah, what?
Speaking of nukes, I beat the funny game.
Which funny game?
The funny game where you build the nuke with nuke parts.
Oh, Turok 2, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
The game we've been joking about on this podcast off and on, mostly off recently, but since the very first episode.
Fucking, you're almost done with the
original trilogy.
main Turok games. Yeah. I mean, you won't play Rage Wars.
I will.
You
I got to 100% all the games.
How are you going to play Rage Wars?
Stealing.
Rage Wars sucks. Not play it.
No, I'm not going to play it.
People act like they like
Evolution.
it.
I watched a YouTube video of the first level of Evolution. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
Yeah. Evolution is slop trash.
I got fucking whiplash looking at that after looking at Turok 1 Remastered.
Yeah. Even just normal Turok 1.
Yeah.
Normal
the
Turok
remaster
1
doesn't visually look that different. It's just cleaned up
it's just
lines.
clearer. Exactly. Yeah. Turok Evolution looks like...
It looks like a prototype.
For the first game.
It looks like a college master thesis of like, hey, I can code now. And you can't really.
And you can't, which is fucked because people that worked on the other 3 fucking games.
Yeah, what happened?
Before that. Or the other 4 games, I'll say.
The people that mattered did Metro Prime. That's
true. Well, yeah, I guess that is true because I think that game came out after Metroid Prime, did it not?
Evolution?
Yeah, did it come out? It
must have come out in 2003. I have no idea when that game came out. I don't know memories of that to leak.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm pretty sure that did come out in 2003, so yeah, that's probably exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Regardless, how did you feel about Turok 2, though?
It's been a backlog beatdown kind of couple weeks for me over this month, and so I have a lot of options that I could talk about.
Yeah,
starting with Turok, I liked it.
Yeah.
Overall, I liked it. I liked Turok 2 more than I thought I would after playing through the first level, Port of Adia.
Port of Adia is like it's that's where they force you to decide if you can deal with it.
Yeah.
Because if you get past
I guess it is a good sort of bellwether canary in the coal mine situation.
Yeah.
Because it's got all the same stuff as all the other levels of what the game's gonna be like.
Yeah.
But none of it's too oppressively weird or annoying or obtuse. And it has enough theming to be interesting. Although it's one of the less interesting levels.
When you get through the game, like fucking.
It's probably the second least interesting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Not probably what people would say online.
Like, I probably agree. I know there's.
People online generally say the first 2 to 3 levels are the best levels in the game.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And then the rest levels are like hard, dark annoying, dark, samey, which I get that for the last level, but but yeah,
it's
so
like the River of Souls.
I really like that level. That level's got a lot of variety.
One level, and you're like, what? You start on the fucking. It's not Triceratops. I always say.
I do wish there were more like.
You get to the fucking thing.
I wish there were more like natural milestones to like turn the game off.
Yeah,
because it feels like it wants you to like keep barreling through it till you reach the end. Especially because a lot of it does rely on like mental mapping out of where shit is and coming back through it on a second time.
And you played the remaster.
Yeah.
The original game, 1, the FOV sucks my ass. So it's hard to see anything.
Yeah.
And 2, you can't warp. using the.
You can't warp, and there's no indicators
of where to go.
No indicators is actually fucked up for the last 3 levels.
Yeah, it's extremely fucked up, and
because I missed the cave key. I'm jumping all over.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I missed the cave key in the Lair of the Blind, and I was like going through. I was like couldn't find it. I finally because I keep forgetting that there's like certain shortcuts you open up, so I like went off the beaten path, and finally there was like on an overhead bridge. I was like, oh, fuck, I guess I haven't gone there. The map mapped it out because it's above me.
Yeah.
So I like found my way up there and I was like, dude, without an indicator, I would not have known that this was even a bridge I could walk on. Like, holy fuck. So
the remasters of those games, I mentioned before, like Turok 1 has a few little cuts, but it doesn't really change a lot of the thing. Turok 2, they edited quite a bit because that game is like
a little improvement.
Actual nonsense if you don't know what language the game is speaking.
Right.
And the only way you'll figure out that language is if you get to a certain point in the game, but it's hard to get there because the game is
you kind of have to bash your head against the wall with that game in the original version, I'm guessing, until you sort of like have truly touched every corner that game has to offer, and then you can get it.
That's a game that I liked it as a kid, and I used cheats a lot, but that was just for the weapons.
In remaster discourse, that is an ideal remaster.
Yeah.
For a game that needed it.
It's
some quality of life, some cleaning up of the visuals, some cleaning up of the mechanics.
It makes a little cuts that you would never know that it did. Like if you played it just from memory and they didn't tell you that, you probably like feel something was different, but you wouldn't realize what. So it would just be the same game. And I was gonna say, I played the original with a guide, like a paper guide. I had a guidebook because
I think you kind of have to.
In
order to enjoy that game,
up. Which that kind of thing.
It is sort of instruction manual, like the height of instruction manualisms, where like there was a lot of important information in instruction manuals. You know, Moon was the other one, which can go to Chibi Robo eventually.
Right.
On this podcast. But like, which I kind of miss. You know, it's kind of fun to go into a game blind like that and like figure out stuff on your own.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of fun. That's probably why I liked
that aspect of playing
much.
New games. I enjoy a lot. You know, sometimes it can be overwhelming, but it also is it's almost like a litmus test of game design. Of like how fun they can make that without it being annoying,
without it lurching into the point where considering playing it after the first try becomes like that.
Perfect examples of games that don't enable that are like the fucking Koei games. Uncharted Horizons or whatever is for Super Nintendo. All those like crazy sim games.
The sim. I was gonna say those games are made for people. They're made for a specific kind of person who is ready to have the manual open next to them constantly, and who's able to just kind of endure not knowing what's going on until they start getting it, and they can play it for like hundreds of hours.
Right.
It eventually becomes that, you know, it's like it's for the kind of person that would be into like train sets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I do.
Tinkering with shit.
Just like you just constantly, it's sort of a brute force method of learning where it's just like you're just going through exposure.
Exactly.
Over time, at some point, through just constant exposure to this, you will start to familiarize yourself with the mechanics. You know, people that love it's the person when you bust out a new board game, the guy who loves to read the instruction manual. Like that person loves those kinds of sim games. But you know, I think there's something to games these days that can enable you to have to figure stuff out without the game telling you explicitly. Maybe some amount of supplementary information can be nice, but it was cool when that was like a thing, right? It was when instruction manuals were like, you have it there, you can engage with it, you should engage with it, but you don't have to engage with it.
And they were part of the game.
Right, they were part of the game.
Them existing was not some just like extra. It was a thing, especially even further back than that. You were meant to have that. The game expected you to have that manual to understand.
And what was subtly nice about this system of instruction manuals is it removed the need to have tutorials in the game.
Yeah, it got that out of the way.
Since the generation after
Mhm.
the N64 GameCube era,
Yeah.
getting into the Wii era,
Yeah.
tutorializing became it's just omnipresent at this
Right.
point. Every
Yeah.
game has it on some level.
Every game has
because
it.
there's
It's
no
only-
guarantee that people are going to have an instruction manual. You
Right.
download a game digitally, and like
You
everything
don't have
has to be
anything.
in the digital media.
And like manuals nowadays, if they do exist, either they're like a novelty for some like indie game or whatever.
Mina the Hollower has a
It has a
instruction
real
manual
manual, yeah.
with like animations. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
They did a good job with it.
But then you have but then like you open Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and the manual is just a couple of buttons that are printed on the insert. And it's like, all right, well, I guess that's it. But then
that's the other thing that's nice about having an instruction manual instead of tutorials built in the game is you can do it at your own pace.
Yeah.
Different people read different speeds. Different people just like won't understand certain design language over others, right?
Yeah.
So there's definitely something to that.
And it was always, this is old man shit now, but it was always fun just kind of reading the manual,
like the flavor of it,
or
like the art.
Yeah, there were many art books. You could. It was something that you took in before you touched the game.
It was the first time people started to look into Birdo's gender.
Yeah, because it was just like someone translated. Oh, this is what it says.
That's all in the manual, baby. That shit's official. That's Mario lore.
Yeah, a lot of the times you have to consider that the stuff in there official. It's not some random fan made shit. Even if the translation from the original language is different, But
going back to Turok.
Yeah, go ahead.
So Turok 1, I thought was really good, except for the boss fights. I didn't really like the boss fights.
Yeah. I mean, that's
weird,
fair.
obtuse, like clunky, like the weird jagged spikes in difficulty. Campaigner was like fucking me up. Or no, Long Hunter.
Yeah, Campaigner did not fuck you up because
he didn't fuck
if you
get
there with the Chrono Scepter.
Long Hunter fucked me up, which like the car was stupid and easy, and then he's just like blasting me to Kingdom Come. I was like, what the fuck is happening in this game, dude? But all the levels I thought were tight. Like I picked up the design language, bonus areas to get pickups, like really thoughtful, well-made game for especially for that era.
For 97?
For 97.
It's still
very competent 3D shooter for a console.
Yeah,
especially.
It's still arcadey, but it has like that, for lack of a better way to put it, like Metroidvania aspect to it still anyway, where you're going, getting keys, finding things.
Linear levels, but with branching pathways that you can explore and like get stuff.
Yeah, and they're for what they are, they're pretty fucking big.
Yeah, so. It had elements of Half-Life, right? The first Half-Life in it.
That's an important thing, seed to be sown in your head. Yeah, especially when you go into 3.
Right, and so I really like Turok 1. I think the level length, especially, was very reasonable.
Right.
To just sit down and go through a level one night in like an hour or so.
Yeah.
Turok 2, I think did step up the game in a lot of ways. Like the weapons are fucking out of this world.
The weapons are crazy.
They're crazy and they're really huge, cool. Like, they're really fun.
Yeah, huge creative jump. From like shooters.
The fucking
of the time
cerebral
period.
bore.
Yeah, everybody
so
talks about
tight.
the cerebral bore. Once they get to use it, they're like, oh,
that shit is so tight for a lot of reasons. Like it's cool conceptually, but the fact that it like highlights where the enemies are, it's like the only thing in the game that gives you that kind of vision, visual indicator.
It highlights where the heads are specifically. Too.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it like they had the foresight to like change the crosshair for that.
Right.
It's this weird floaty, draggy. It's there's a lot of stuff going on with that. Yeah. Especially for a game that came out just 1 year after Turok.
Right.
So
yeah, the amount of changes they made to Turok 1 in a year is pretty impressive and pretty incredible. I mean, that whole era of development, the speed with which they were iterating is something we'll never see again.
We'll never ever see it again, and I hope you guys realize that. Like,
it's all right.
You're gonna some of the stuff you're seeing now, you're gonna see it for the rest of your lives.
You're never gonna get Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 10 a year apart. Yeah, it's just never gonna happen.
Exactly. Actually impossible.
So the weapons were tight. The levels, like theming of the levels, I thought was really cool. The puzzles, the way that the levels were designed themselves, regardless of the length. I think they were too long. I mentioned that already.
Yeah.
But the way they're designed, I thought is like very creative and interesting and easy to engage with. I thought easier than Turok 1. Turok 1, there's some things where it's like, oh, this is like a little like hard to see or like even know
Like
that there's something
the catacomb
here.
specifically is,
Yeah,
is
the
in
cat,
Turok-
yeah,
in Turok
exactly.
1.
Like you don't really know exactly what you can interact
There's
with.
stuff you can crawl through, but you don't realize until you kind of check it out.
Yeah,
and things like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
But two, I think just like the visual language was very clear. Like people complain all the time on Lair of the Blind and Hive of the Mantids, but I thought it was like, this is just as good as like Halo 1 level design.
Some of the levels in Halo 1, yeah, where they like the fucking library.
The library is definitely one of them.
Where you're fucking with the flood. It's just you go through repeat rooms.
Yeah, that's on the way out of the library.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the way out.
Something like that. Yeah.
And the elites, they're not the Covenant. I think it's the third level. You're in the Covenant ship.
Yeah,
The Covenant ship reminded me of the Hive of the Mantids in terms of visually.
Yeah,
and the way that it was kind
almost like conceptually almost the same thing.
But what I liked about Turok 2 specifically, I mean, Turok 1 had a little bit, but Turok 2 is like, you had a room. It was a really, really big, quote unquote, room.
Yeah.
Where there was a lot of interconnected hallways, a lot of like nooks and crannies and switches and things. But everything in that area, in that room area, was like respective to that area, right? So it's like, if you were leaving the area, you knew that if you had not touched something, that there had to either be another way in or like you were missing something.
Yeah.
So like that was easy to sort of wrap your head around and sort of like the self-contained aspects of the different areas as they piece together.
They're their own containers.
Yeah.
Containers of problem solving.
Right.
Yeah.
Of puzzling through the the navigation and the switches and all that stuff. So I liked a lot of that. Enemies were cool. A lot of different like aliens that you engage with. Turok 1 was kind of samey. You had like a few alien variants that just always showed up.
The dinosaurs slowly got more guns as you went through, which is really funny when you notice it. And then there's all the human enemies and they're the fucking. Turok 1 was Turok 1.
Right.
Turok 1 was straightforward. I do think
the bosses in Turok 2 also huge step up.
The bosses
really interesting,
are more
like bosses for the time. Like they're still pretty easy. You can figure them out.
Yeah.
But like Mother was like Metroid Prime.
Right.
I was like, this is like same kind of area, same sort of situation.
Like arena thing.
Yeah.
And then it's doing the fucking.
I was like, this is tight.
Just nasty.
It's cool. It's cool to see the grandfather of Metroid Prime in action.
Yeah. Fucking I was gonna say like the enemies in Turok 2. Damn, we're doing the Turok now. This is crazy. Turok 2, the enemies are like tough.
Yeah,
they're like physically tougher.
They're tougher, but there's also headshots.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
which once you get the plasma rifle, and you taught me that you can zoom in.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm just like slowly peeking around the corner where I can see half his head, but he's not triggered to the point where he's shooting at me. And just like, it doesn't even make that big of a noise when you're zoomed in. It goes like,
oh yeah, you're right. It just
literally, it's like, and he just falls over dead. Right. And I was like, oh fuck.
But so the first game's enemies, I think, are like, in some ways for me, more fun to shoot at. Like in the human enemies, they go down quick. They have nice little animations.
I can get that.
They're when they run at you, they have that little like weighted turn that they do.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about the hitboxes. Yeah. Right? Like it's much more forgiving.
Yeah, not to mention you can reasonably knife them.
Yeah.
In a like, not that you can't use the melee weapons in Turok 2, but the warblade is the warblade when you
when you decapitate someone.
But like it works out because the enemies in Turok 2 like are built, they're modeled like things that are going to be tougher too, except for those little like biped and fucking raptor kind of guys that spin around at you and stuff like that.
Yeah, those are annoying. I just fucking went to town on them. I was like fucking.
But yeah, no. So
I mean, by the end of the game, like again, Turok 2 with the crazy amount of weapons, and the fact that they had certain spots that would respawn ammo, like ammo management was like a non-issue.
Yeah,
it was really just like, can I get through this room and make it to the next sort of like safe-ish area?
That game makes sure you have ammo,
right? Like, which feels good, right? Because then you can tackle things like however you want.
Exactly.
Right. You can kind of fuck around with the variety. You can deal with things, and you can blast them in one shot, or you can kind of like use a different weapon and sort of like try to be a little bit more conservative. But I think Turok 2 is pretty interesting. I just wish the levels were a little bit more broken up or shorter.
There was a little bit. Yeah, I know you. Like just something to segment them a little bit more.
Right.
Even if they have to do like a 1-1-1-2 kind of thing.
Right. Yeah. But I had fun. I'm ready for 3. I'm excited for 3.
3 is like I said, 3 is really short,
which is good.
Give
me short.
That's what I'm saying. And you're going to get a lot more out of 3 because you've played 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Especially because you've played 2, because it starts right after 2. But yeah, like I said, pick Danielle.
All right.
You're gonna the voice act. You'd be like, but
I mean, I know what I'm getting into here.
Especially with Joseph, Joseph is supposed to be 15. This dude sounds like a 30-year-old.
How old is Danielle?
Danielle is 27.
Weird.
They're Joshua's brother and sister, younger brother and sister.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
How old is Joshua supposed to be?
I can't remember. I think he's 30 in this game.
He's the patriarch.
He's the the lead figure in their household, literal household.
What's interesting about Turok is it's so clear that they like the world. Not that the narrative matters that much, but like the world and the theming of the levels that they can do, there's so much like opportunity, like untapped creative potential for that as an IP that it feels like a damn shame. Like for people that are like quote unquote Turok fans, I do like feel bad for them because like there's just like it's just slop that's come out afterwards that has nothing like it's just like wet spit just like. Hitting a fucking fan going at 100 miles an hour.
The funniest thing is like the games kind of borrowed from the comic books to get started, but they're basically completely different. Like Anon is their own thing. All this stuff is like this is its own universe, and they really were setting stuff up.
Yeah,
and they kind of
there's just so much crazy shit they could do, like with the Lost Lands, like. It's fucking anything you want it to be.
And then the fucking reboot that came out in on the 360, I think in like 2008, you play as like almost literally John Turok. I think his name is like Joseph Turok to call back to the earlier stuff. He's like a just a regular fucking Gears of War ass looking soldier guy.
Yeah,
it's like the man. Yeah, they had this like mystical narrative going on.
Yeah, it's like pseudo magic-y council
like
of voices
American,
or whatever. Like, the Native American, the spirits with the talismans. Yeah, and then like all the wacky, weird aliens that get like trapped in the vortex.
Yeah.
Like you could literally make up anything you want and it would fit in that universe.
You could put it in, like especially specifically because of the way the Lost Land works, where it's just
right.
Like, it's
it's a melting pot.
It's like a singularity of different periods of time, different
that got all fucked up.
But
it's a damn shame.
It is a damn shame. Hopefully, Turok Origins kind of taps back into that.
We'll see,
and we can. Sorry, Pedro. And we can it's, at least you and I can play the co-op. We need one more person.
Oh, is it 3-player?
It's a 3-player co-op game. Yeah.
Such a weird choice. What is with these 3-player co-op games?
I don't know. They all think they're
Elden Ring, Night Rain,
arcade fucking Rampage,
FBC, Firebreak. What's going on?
Like 3 players is fine, but it is a weird.
Triforce Heroes.
Choice. Yeah, that one was ridiculous. In fact, Triforce Heroes pissed me off in a way that it's hard to describe because
that is weird.
You had to have 3 players
Triforce
or
Heroes
one
didn't
person.
Really piss me off. Oh yeah, you can't play with 2 people.
Because if you play it, like you literally cannot. They won't let you.
Right.
In the single player, you get the little fairies to kind of skip shit if something isn't working out while you're trying to move.
Which is
statues.
Definitely like fucking shoe-in. Or not shoe-in. What's the word?
Cop out?
Cop out.
Yeah, because you can use it to just. I use it. I was like, all right, let me just see the whole game. So I just skip, boss, skip, boss.
I did some sicko shit.
What'd you do?
Oh, 100% of it.
You're a maniac. Yeah. You're a maniac.
There were definitely things I had to get friends to do it with, but I could always find 2 other people at that point for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. But yeah, like I did whatever I could single player. And
like
I remember some of them being frustrating, obviously, but I don't remember it being so frustrating that I like had this like visceral reaction to that game.
Because I tried to play online a couple of times.
Oh,
you can't do.
I never did that.
You cannot do it. You couldn't do it.
I know for people that dog on Nintendo's Online now.
It wasn't even that the servers didn't work. It was that the people didn't work.
Yeah,
the people were just like, oh, you just don't want to play. You just want to mash the little fucking cheerleader thing. I'm sitting here looking at it like it's like a DS is in front of me. But yeah, that game pissed me off. What the fuck? But yeah.
But backlog beatdown.
Yeah.
So many other games I could talk about.
Right. I haven't really been playing stuff like that because I was working on working on finding a new car, working on a bunch of other shit. But I did, speaking of car, I hadn't done it like normally before on my N64.
Oh, Diddy Kong Racing.
But I did unlock TT and I did do all the fucking
That's pretty fucked up.
I
haven't touched that game since since it was relevant on the N64.
On the fucking 90, like 97, 98, 99.
But I remember being hard.
That game, when you figure out like the techniques you got to employ to do anything in that game is really fun to play because you can feel yourself going faster. You can tell, like when you're in the single player and you're drifting properly and all this other shit. The rubber banding is so unsevere that you catch up to the other racers and you start to lap them. It's like, yo, what the fuck? Though you need to do that to do the time trials to unlock TT. Yeah. By the time you get TT, though, you're done with the game.
Yeah.
So you're not really going to use them for anything. But
what about the DS version?
Have you ever played it?
I know it's fucked up in like a really bad way.
Of Diddy Kong Racing sucks so bad. It was gifted to me by a good friend, and I eventually was like, I gotta sell this. It's like pissing me off seeing this game. Like not only do they replace characters, like I get it, but you have to do DS shit, and that's fine in a game that's made for the DS, but not for one that was made for the N64. That was just a pure like racing game.
Yeah.
Even though it had the adventure mode and everything, like the silver coin challenges. I know people don't like those because they're weird to do while you're driving. But here you have to like drag the screen and tap the fucking things while riding on a magic like who the fuck? You have to when you're in the fucking plane or the hover, I don't remember which. You have to blow on the thing to get the starting boost. I'm not doing that. You have to fucking and when you're in the car, you have to like rev the wheel.
I don't like
on the
what you're
screen
doing
by
right now.
Yeah,
I really don't like what
Sorry.
I'm seeing right now.
But you have to do that to get the started. It's not just press A with good timing. It's you have to do a bunch of hand shit.
Geron keeps rubbing a nub
Whatever,
somewhere.
Man. But it's the most annoying version. And they changed some of the music.
Oh yeah, I know the music.
When they change some of the music, it's like the game is different, but it's not different enough to be worth playing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it ends up being, if you don't talk about remake, remaster, it ends up being fucking neither.
Yeah.
It's just this other version of the game it's not good because now you got to control it with a D-pad. Now things feel different. Now music sounds different. Now the fucking tracks are slightly different because they put tunnels in places to prevent you from seeing when shit's being rendered in the disc. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Whereas Mario 64 DS has enough different shit that you can play it and not feel like it's shitting on a game you already like. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't fucking know.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, so that
I'm happy for you for unlocking TT. Speaking of the Kongs, I did finally beat DK Bonanza.
You did. You 100% did. I didn't do that, but I might go back and do it. Yeah, I have it there so I can chip away and just kind of fuck with it and still have
the part that's really not worth it is like buying all the bananas out.
Oh yeah, I mean,
like I did that for no reason. Jay was like, oh, there's like a little thing that you do it. Do you want to know what the thing is?
Sure.
It changes the balloons to the ones that have Donkey Kong's face on it. That's it.
That's Korok turd level. It is. I think they knew.
It's kind of funny. I'm ready for my review though. First off, I kind of wish more of the game was like the last 2 hours.
I understand that feeling because it feels like
because not only was it like it was hype and all that shit. Like they did the same sort of thing with Odyssey, where the last segments were like really cool. Like they put all their juice into it. But just from a gameplay perspective, it was more engaging. Mm-hmm. Like you had to use more tools in more different ways. Yeah. And I think they were scared of that, and that's why it's not in the game more.
Yeah.
Or something. I'm not sure. But I think the game. I think it's a little overhyped. I think it's slightly overhyped. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I think it's a great game. But I think it is a little too easy. Like the game is a stress ball, right?
It is 100%.
It's not a platformer. It's not even. It's not hard, right? Yeah. Like you're at basically zero danger of dying or running out of lives or having any kind of penalty.
Are there lives? No, there's no lives. They take money like they do in Mario Odyssey.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. I had to think about it because the balloons are there, but the balloons just save you from being
having to spend gold.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's like I get that, right? I think it's fine for that to be the main part of the game, and I think like the levels were super charming. The second to last one I thought was like super cool and creative, and all the shit they did with it, and the theming around like digging and all that, and the voxel shit.
Yeah.
And technically, it's like an incredible achievement.
Yeah.
But I think like everybody, like it's stupid to compare Mario Odyssey and DK Bonanza, but because they were made the same team, I do think like if I had to replay one of those two games next year, I would probably replay Mario Odyssey. It's just more gamey and more like engaging on a mechanical level. So
I think what's it called? DK Bonanza is, like you said, it's a stress ball. I think I would like to. I'm gonna go back and play through it again because if it's anything like Odyssey, which I'm gonna make the comparison. Now that I know how the game really works, I can see how efficiently I can kind of blast.
That's true.
And I feel like because
the shit you can do with like how you can string together rolling off of stuff and you managing your jumps and like all of that like is fun to just do, like to navigate the world. And
I was already using Ostrich to skip shit like in some of the little challenge areas.
See, I don't really like using Ostrich just because it feels slow.
It feels
like when I use Ostrich, I almost feel like I'm like wasting my time.
Sure.
Like I would rather use something like Zebra.
Yeah.
And like charge and then like do a rolling situation to try to like cross a gap. But
say there are a set of platforms that are like this, and there's like hazards on that. I literally would just be like, all right, all right, let me go get the little bonus bananas. Okay,
right.
But what was I gonna say? I know that I did looked up some little things. Do you mind if I?
No, go for it. I mean,
there's a little extra shit. Like. They acknowledge if you don't get all of the Bonanza powers by the end of the game. Like Pauline will literally say, like, "Hey, we didn't get everything," and then
how is that possible?
Huh? Exactly. You're meant to like do shit like that, which I'm seeing. I was like, oh, they kind of want you to fuck the game up. But how do they push you to do?
Yeah, so? I kind of wish there was more indication that is possible and also encouraged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because on the one hand, you've got. There's like a Mario Kart World thing where it's like, I don't want to do these challenges because I don't get rewarded for them beyond just a sticker. Like, but at least the sticker's there to tell you like this is something you're doing. Something and it's like an actual challenge thing that you're doing. Like you're engaging with the game on the way the game is designed.
On the game's terms, basically.
Yeah, which is like kind of what would be nice. Like they don't have to like build that in for like playing the game in a fucked up way. On the other end of the spectrum, they have shit like Metroid, where you have sequence breaking, and then they'll have a little message or some kind of like animation. They have some
kind of acknowledgement that you've done, especially in the later games.
And Dread, with
like Dread and Fusion both do it.
So like, but the thing with an acknowledgement like that is, it's still hard to come by. You know what I mean? Like Dread is still like mechanically very fun to play, like as it is directed. There's probably some kind of middle ground there that I feel like Bonanza could have done more of.
Yeah.
But again, I think they were a little scared because it is basically like their single player launch game.
Yeah.
So they needed
to
basically be maximally as accessible as it could possibly be. Also, it was DK, who DK is not typically a mascot of theirs that sells.
He's not the one that's up front. Mario, and then recently Zelda is. So trying to get Donkey Kong, despite how popular Donkey Kong is in general, he hasn't really had a solo game be a flagship game in a long time, and especially
in a really long time. I mean, Tropical Freeze was really good, but I don't know if I would consider it a flagship of the Wii U.
I wouldn't either. And this is the first time a Donkey Kong platformer has been made by a non-Western developer, for like 30 years.
Like
platform straight up.
So all that, I think they were just playing it safe, like just to make sure risk mitigation is a good way to put it. So I think that was governing and directing a lot of the decision making.
Yeah.
But all that being said, I think we got a great toy. Yeah. A great game.
And it's like I can tell that they put this as like the first game like this after getting Mario Kart. Completely on purpose. Yeah. It's absolutely a gateway game to whatever's coming next.
Right.
There's like Kirby They have the Kirby. The
Dude,
new
I'm
Kirby
so
DLC.
when I
was
booted
gonna
that
talk
up
about it,
last
right?
night,
Yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah, it's really
it's
smooth.
so nice. It's so polished,
Yeah.
right? I loved that game on the Switch One.
Mhm.
I played it through to completion. I played it through getting sick as fuck.
Yeah,
It was my sick game.
yeah. Excuse me.
I think Kirby Forgotten Land is probably, if I had to pick an objective, quote unquote, objective best Kirby game, I
Yeah.
would probably say that it is.
Okay.
I nostalgically have stronger feelings for something like Superstar.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Superstar
I think Forgotten Land is truly what Nintendo themselves
Mhm.
have wanted Kirby games to be for like
since,
ever.
Yeah,
Like,
since
at least since 64,
yeah, I was gonna
if not
say, since
before that.
64, exactly.
Like 64, you know, all the other 3D games, even the 2.5D games, like they felt like something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but something was missing.
Yeah.
Or just weird about it.
And you know, Kirby, I think it was Return to Dreamland. But you remember they were trying to figure out a 3D Kirby game for years, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
It would always get turned into a 2D game.
Right.
So this is the first time they were like, all right, we think we got.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of ideas from other level-based 3D games that had come out, right? Like they had Super Mario 3D World.
3D World.
There's a bunch of other shit, you know, like Crash 4, even if you could probably point to in some ways.
I mean, Crash Bandicoot in general.
Crash Bandicoot in general, yeah.
Yeah, not even just 4, just in general. They were like, okay, there's like it's a 3D game, but it's a corridor still kind of thing.
Linear 3D based levels.
Like even the way that you have very limited camera movement and everything.
So yeah, I mean, it is like it has all the things that Kirby games, from an identity perspective, have and should have. It has like cool powers, cool progression.
It looks good.
Charming. It looks
very,
great.
very colorful. I mean,
The aesthetic is well themed.
Like a lot of green, which is like kind of what I imagine when the game starts. You know, It's got a really nice difficulty curve for the people that want it. Right, the base game is perfectly easy and perfectly accessible by young kids. Yeah, and it still has 2 difficty settings for that too.
It has 2 different. Yeah, there's the wild mode and the free mode or whatever they call it.
The spring breeze mode. Yeah.
Yeah, spring breeze mode, and but it gets fucking hard if you're trying to like do the 100% thing, like the real last boss and all that shit.
Which you're if you don't do that real last boss thing in these games, it's not really. Yeah, you are missing out.
It's like a genuine fighting action game challenge. Yeah, and I'm excited.
I mean, that's why she has a bear. He has a bayonet dodge. So
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I'm playing through the DLC.
Yeah, I'm just playing. The game
I know why the DLC is locked behind Switch 2 though. I don't know if you've played any of those levels.
I've seen them. I've gotten to the point where they pop up.
There's so many particle effects. They look really good, right? But like the ice, the stars, like everything's twinkling. It's just like, oh, I get it.
Yeah, I've seen people complain about it, like being locked to Switch 2, but I'm just like, I don't know what anyone expects nowadays.
Boycott Nintendo.
It's the weirdest thing.
Anti-consumer.
It's the thing is like people were back.
I will say $20 is a little steep.
$20 is a little steep. Fuck.
It would have been nice.
I got a gift card for my birthday.
Yeah.
So I used that. I got
even 15 would have felt more reasonable.
This is something that in the past I would have expected to be like, okay, I think you should be able to get the Switch 2 edition, just the updated graphic and shit.
I agree. That should not be paid.
That should not be paid. The DLC I could understand if it was like 10.
I think 10 makes sense based on now I know what it is, which is sort of like remixes of existing levels.
Yeah. Like it's those
I thought based on the fact that it was $20 and the fact that how they were showcasing it, I thought there were new levels. Mm-hmm. And the fact that they're not is fine. I'm still enjoying it. But like 20 is steep for what it is, in my opinion.
And like once you know that, then you really think, at least in my opinion, once I know that the option to just get the updated visuals for the original game, without that seems even more important. But now I understand why they don't do that. You know what I mean?
Which kind of sucks. I mean, like, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like Mario Odyssey, the games that got it for free are games that almost like didn't really need it that much.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they're pricing it based off of like effort
I was gonna say, like,
or
maybe it was
testing,
easier,
or
I
if
don't
it's
know.
just truly like, oh, this game gets a big jump in quality or value,
Yeah,
so we're gonna charge for it, right? If it was 30 FPS locked and like 720p, like now I'm like, Xenoblade, are they gonna charge for it?
yeah,
Because Xenoblade 2 could be way better looking.
and those would be easy. They could even charge, like, force a fucking update bundle where all 4 games you pay fucking
that would piss me off. I'll do it,
which I will too.
but it'll piss me off.
But,
that will definitely piss me
yeah.
off. That I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. If money's tight for y'all, I don't know if I can recommend the Kirby upgrade.
I'm telling you guys right now, you guys, no, fuck you are. The economy of expanding modern games is shite. And my example is Street Fighter 6, just to keep it simple. You can't pay just the amount for one character in that game, period. You can't do it. You either have to pay too little, so you have to do it twice to get enough, or you have to pay in a denomination that's like of the fight coins that you need to that's more than what the character is worth. And even then, you end up spending like $12 per character, which is kind of a lot when the packs
is a lot.
When the packs for all 4 characters are like $30 new, or $30 for just the characters, not like the other shit that you can get with the Ultimate Pack, whatever. But it's still like, I decided that I wanted all the characters for Street Fighter 6 because I like Street Fighter 6. And I was like, I'm paying $90 for
There's
the
gonna
DLC.
be a market crash.
There has to be
soon.
some fucking.
Every company is encountering this where it's like, yeah, because of how the markets work and like people in their retirements and all that shit rely on like 5% increases year over year. Percentage wise, 5% gets to be a lot after a few years, right? When companies are expected to percentagely increase their output,
right?
They have to find other ways to do it. And at some point, people are going to stop paying for it.
So, at some point, people are, in general, people are going to decide, I want this thing, but not that much.
Right.
And when they hit that not that much, it's not even going to be like they're going to resort to piracy. You're just not going to engage with it anymore.
Yeah.
And you're still going to get the whales that will spend all the money. And I'm not saying that I'm like innocent of not doing this, but I also like choked on my own spit when I did the math to get all these fucking characters. Like, man, fuck. So,
yeah. But speaking of boycotting companies, I want to talk about an experience that I had over this past month.
Crazy.
That fucked me up. All right, so here's who I'm boycotting. I'm boycotting, and this is going to make some people spit water out. I'm boycotting Valve. I'm pissed at Valve.
You're gonna have to explain.
And this isn't like a Nintendo thing where like I want this thing, but I can't have it, so I'm gonna boycott them. This is like I genuinely think I've been wronged here in like a business malpractice.
This is crazy. I need to hear what you're talking about.
So here's the story. I am embarrassed to admit this, but I'm gonna admit this on the podcast. I think it's for the first time ever in my life have fallen prey to a phishing scam. And here's what happened. So I'm going to start at the beginning.
Sure.
And it's going to sound so obvious in the process because now thinking back on it, it was so obvious. Clearly, but like the things that needed to happen in terms of like, they're not loopholes, but the gaps in sort of how the disparate processes of a storefront and a communication system all have to play together led to this happening, along with sort of their policy towards when these things happen, they're not going to step in or help at all, right? So like this all just culminates in me being like, it just feels like they're on the side of people that scam. Like they enabled this, and then part of it is because of who Valve is and their sort of approach towards their audience, which is like everything should be fully open, everything should be fully accessible, maximize modding, maximize entry points and customization and third-party integrations and all this stuff. So I got a message from somebody that I've known since high school.
Like a message on Steam.
On Steam.
Like a message on Steam.
I got a Steam message from somebody that was like, that I had known and I had actually played Dota a lot with.
Oh, sure. Okay.
For years after like I graduated college. We didn't really like keep in touch on like a personal level, but like we would play Dota sometimes and he was really good. He was like professional level good. He would play in tournaments. He would play with pros in his in his lobbies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, he pinged me. He's like, yo. I was like, yo, how's everything been? He's like, yeah, it's all good. We're about to queue up for a tournament, but we don't have a fifth. I need a fifth. And
you got it.
I got fucking scared. We need a fifth. He's like, dude, I haven't played this in like forever.
You
and
got
he's like,
mega god.
I know. He's like, do the thing. He's like, we just need you on the roster. I was like, all right, whatever. I'm happy to help out, man. I hope everything's been well. And then I literally didn't even think twice about it because like the way he talks to me was the same sort of like vocal like language.
The mannerisms.
Like I thought it was him for real. Like I was like, this is fucked up.
Yeah.
But I was like, whatever. Like help a brother out. And so like days go by, and it's like all my shit from Dota, taken out of my account, traded off, sold. This is a lot of shit. I've had Dota 2 on my account since the beta, right?
Since the very beginning.
15 years at this point. And I literally was like confused when I saw the trade confirmation in my email. I was like, this has to be like a mistake. Like this is the phishing scam, is the fact that I just got this email.
Yeah.
And I started to look into it and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I finally realized, I was like, this must not have actually been him. His account must have been compromised. And of course, Valve's policy is like, it's at your own peril. Yeah. It was like the website that I got linked to, I'm pretty sure it was a legitimate website. So maybe it was like a component of it or like a altered URL that I just somehow didn't catch. Like, I'm dumb as shit. But it's also like the fact that like Valve is like, oh, if you don't want this to happen to you, make sure you have, two-factor authentication. Yeah. I have that, I have SteamGuard, I have all that shit. I have all the things, right? And I didn't even have to like do anything. All I had to do was like log in, and they took care of the rest on the back end from the scamming side, right? Yeah. So it's like the fact that I can't trust the people pinging me in their platform are the people that they are, that I've had on my friend list for 20 years. Yeah. I can't trust that their two-factor authentication system does what it's supposed to do and authenticate when a trade gets confirmed. Yeah. I can't trust that they're going to back up the person that gets scammed instead of the person that's just going to make a new account and delete it and move on. I can't trust that it's a secure platform. I can't trust this company or the shit that it does. Yeah. And so when people rag on Nintendo for like, why can't I message people? Yeah. Why can't I do these things? It's like, dog, this is why, right? Yeah. Valve's demographic and their market are people that have a high tolerance for pain and a high tolerance for quality of life or lack of it, right? Yeah. They open it up, but like that's the price you have to pay. Mm-hmm. And I just don't really want to buy any more games on that platform anymore.
That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And I get it. I'm dumb as shit. It's on me. I own up. I lose however many hundreds of dollars of items that I had purchased legally and should have been tied. Maybe this is what NFTs are for, right? Because then they can trace the thing that was on my account and now whose account is it in. Yeah. Where maybe at some point this is what NFTs are actually supposed to be used for. But for now, this feels like a severe limitation that it's just like these things will be gone if you get fucked up. Everybody makes mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like having this been like literally the one time that I've been fished in my life, I feel like it would be nice to get a break.
Some kind of,
some kind of a break. I'm sure other people have been gotten fucked up, but like, I don't know. And AI is not going to make this any better.
AI is not going to make
AI is going to be trained on people's messages. It's going to be trained on all sorts of shit. You can't trust anything, anybody on the internet that they are who they say they are. You're not going to be able to trust in probably 5 years that you're getting texts from people that are legitimately getting texted from. People are going to be spoofing numbers and all sorts of shit. And they're going to be talking with information and knowledge that only they should know that AI has been trained up. Like, that's going to become mad malicious. And I got real heated about this when I started realizing.
This is the first time you talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Yeah, it was over the lake. It would happen when I was like at the lake, and I was just
at the lake.
I was just like so confused. Yeah. I was like,
that's crazy.
And then I felt real stupid.
Are you the only one that knows about this, like in this household too, or?
Yeah, I mean, what would she care?
I don't know. Maybe she'd be like,
no, she wouldn't give a shit. She'd be like, "You're fucking stupid." Everyone in chat would be like, "You're fucking stupid." I'd be like, "You know what? I am, and I own up to that. I get it."
Damn, I can't believe you're about to start using the Epic Games Store.
No, I'm just not going to play on PC.
That's insane. You have a Steam Deck. You're just gonna play what you have.
Just play what I have.
Yeah, I guess
I played Turok 2 on it. I'm gonna play Turok 3 on it.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play the games that I have on it. But yeah, my money is better spent at other places.
That's insane. That's wild. That's like you have to update me if you still feel that way in a couple weeks.
What do you mean? It's been a couple weeks.
Like a couple more weeks.
Right.
For whatever reason, I don't know. You got me nervous now. I mean, I don't think anything's going on because usually I just stay invisible, and when people, send me messages on fucking Steam, I'm like,
it's so irritating. Like I did the things I was supposed to do. That was like, okay, I reported his account. His account's compromised. I detailed the case. I didn't get any follow up from Valve that like they actually deactivated him or took any kind of action. So I was like, what should I expect?
Yeah. Well, that
people gas up Valve so hardcore.
Yeah.
And it's like Gabe just spent billions of dollars on buying mega yachts, and y'all are spinning it into like a Green New Deal situation on how he's saving the planet. It's like
what I'm saying.
This cognitive dissonance for Valve is so crazy to me.
I think what it comes down to is every single one of these companies is like they're all shitty.
Yeah.
That's what it ends up being. So like in my opinion, if you're gonna shit on one, you got to make sure you fucking throw every single, because fucking Microsoft. Sorry, dude. I know you know who I'm talking about. He's not probably not listening to this, huh?
Who?
Microsoft, is helping out Israel. Fucking Nintendo does Nintendo things. You have this shit with Valve, but
it's like
Valve's a lot of
pick your poison.
Yeah, it's just and then like PlayStation's weirdo strategy where they were making a bunch of live service games that just fail, so they fire everybody.
Yeah,
it's like
Microsoft fired everybody too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Microsoft
bought everybody up and then fired everyone else.
My thought, they're like quote unquote video game discourse is rough nowadays because people get to know about this stuff way more than they ever used to, and I think people are having to realize that it kind of sort of was like this anyway, but now it's even worse now because of different like world events and different way, like the amount of time that this industry has been around for, the stagnation of quote unquote like innovation when it comes to the products that are coming out. And I know people are like, oh, indie games, but that's not really a solution to the problem. Because as long as these bigger studios and these bigger games still exist and are like forced to exist by people who won't accept anything less than them, then like what do you get? You know what I mean? There needs to be something in the middle. There needs to be that quote unquote double A shit when it comes to the product, and then there needs to be no one's gonna want to hear this shit. There needs to be some kind of like regulated body to keep these sons of bitches in check. And like what are you gonna do to make that happen? You have to decide how much bullshit you can tolerate to enjoy the hobby. Because if you can't tolerate any bullshit, then you need to get out of it. That's what it comes
down to.
Yeah.
Your bullshit meter has to match the sort of like what you're buying from.
Exactly.
Right? That's ultimately the difference.
Yeah.
So, you can get your games on kind of whatever device you want these days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just about making sure you're putting your money where you're comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. And like, that comfort that you had one day can change the next day because of some kind of fucking event. You know what I mean? And then you have to decide then, what are you going to do? Like, are you going to move on to something else? Or are you just going to freeze it there? Or what's up? So yeah, it's a weird thing. Like these toys have gotten to the point where they're internet connected all the fucking time. And they rely on a lot of these dubious connections to continue existing, continue functioning,
right?
Which that puts people at risk, especially children.
Yeah.
But it puts a lot of different people at risk just for some entertainment, which is it's kind of an overstep in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I like digital games, but like that's in my opinion that's the extent that a lot of these things should go to. Just you sell a game, that's it. Right. You sell a game, you enjoy it on your device. Rather than you sell a game, then you feed, then you need to connect to the server every time to verify. Then you get advertisements on the title screen for different shit. Like Ubisoft games do this shit all the time. At least they let you turn it off.
Right.
But it's like loading up fucking Lost Crown. I was like, dog, Bianca Neva, Lost Crown, all those games. And the Ubisoft Connect shit that pops up when you fucking play. It's like, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah.
let me do my thing. So I don't know. And then not only that, you have like 15,000 accounts, and then those accounts are linked to other accounts.
Right.
One gets compromised, that fucking turns into that virally fucks up all the other ones. You got to figure out where it fucked up. It's a mess. And again, you have to have a certain tolerance for it. And I can hand wave like, oh, nothing's happened to me. I've never lost a game. I've never lost an account, blah, 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 which is bullshit because I actually did have someone try to get into my EA Origin account. I fucking have anything there. I just had it to try Apex once. But yeah.
Yeah, my PlayStation Network account got compromised in college when I was 19 or 20.
Yeah.
At that point, like two-factor authentication was starting to be a thing.
It started to become
and everything that had it, I turned it on instantly. Because I was like, this is obviously the thing.
Yeah.
People aren't going to have, I mean, at some point, maybe they can spoof my mobile device or whatever. But like the fact that it's constantly sort of like changing, the network you're on, it's like your identity is linked to your phone for lack of, however much you want to, lament that.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's the reality. So, as long as that piece is secure, then you can at least rest somewhat easy.
Right. Yeah. We're never going back.
Right.
There's no going back. There's going to be some kind of fallout, and then there's going to be a it'll probably just stop.
Fucking void century. From One Piece.
Oh, okay. It's like what we're talking about.
100 years of no history because of some crazy shit
crazy event
that nobody knows yet. It's not in the story yet.
Damn. That's ridiculous.
I know.
But okay. But I think we've gone.
Yeah, there's still plenty more backlog beatdown I can talk through, but
we'll talk about it next time.
It's been an hour.
Fine.
Yeah. You got a hire fans?
Do I have a hire fans?
Tell you who to not hire. Don't hire fucking challenger.gg or whatever the fuck the website was that I simply logged into and everything was maliciously stolen.
Yeah.
Don't fucking hire them. It was such a innocuous URL.
Yeah.
And it was like .gg, which is like every fighting game tournament thing is. So I was like, God damn. I was like, all right, whatever. I literally, I don't know why I didn't think twice. Like, it's so obvious.
Yeah. You're in the moment. Everything, you was like, oh,
I was.
Oh, you were like, oh, my this dude. Everything lined up. Everything lined up. And that's what makes it worse, honestly.
Yeah.
So, all right.
All right. Till next time, gamers.
Protect yourself.
If you like this shit, we're at memoryleakpodcast@gmail.com. Give us a comment.
Yeah.
Give us an email. Subscribe on Spotify,
iHeartRadio, YouTube,
Apple Podcasts.
Google Podcasts is gone.
Yeah, that's YouTube.
Is Podbean
is the other one.
I've never seen. I don't know what.
Don't worry about Podbean. If you're not on Podbean, get on Podbean and subscribe to us.
We put shit on. I don't know what it is. All right, that's the end of this one.
All right.
Thanks for tuning back in, gamers.
Later, gamers.